This must seem like a bunch of confusing grown-up stuff to you. Well, sweetie, let me explain. It's Harmless Phosphorescence. Hello, everyone. This is Throw Smiley, and I would like a juice box and some string cheese, please. Who's joining me this week?
Hey, I'm Josh CC, and you love my melancholy ballad.
I'm Brian Lesh, and we're going to eat so much ice cream, we'll never stop puking.
The only reason we're talking is because you need what's in my head. I'm Alaric Weber.
And this is Harmless Phosphorescence. It's the podcast where we watch every theatrically released full-length live-action superhero movie ever made. We gather some research into the production and the source material, then we tell you all about it. This show is brought to you by patrons. Patrons like executive producers Michael Beckwith and Atticus Burkett. You want to be a patron too? It's easy. Head over to patreon.com/harmless entertainment. We got lots of bonus shows there. We've got monthly movies that we do. This month we're doing Beastmaster. That's going to be coming up for us later in the week. Posted for our patrons. We got music shows. There's some old Star Wars stuff up there. Holiday shows. Check it out. Patreon.com/harmless entertainment. This week, though.
It also has the link to our OnlyFans.
That's
if
right.
you want to see what's happening below the screen.
Yes. From here down. I'm wearing...
That's the real show.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can find our monthly calendar.
Yes.
Various states of undress.
This week, though, on Harmless Phosphorescence, we are watching Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So, how long have you been Ant-Man again?
Not long. It just sort of happened.
I wish I could fight bad guys like you.
I seem to mess it up almost every time.
Maybe you just need someone watching your back. Hi. Like a partner.
Dr. Pym, I actually heard what happened to you. You opened up the quantum realm. That's when this crazy creepy ghost who like walks through walls and stuff. Stole your tech. And now she wants to take over the world or whatever. Who would have believed that in your hour of need, you would turn to us?
Not me.
Because we robbed you. Do you remember? That's us.
The only chance we've got is both of you. Ant-Man and the Wasp teaming up.
Follow my lead.
She seems more intense.
No.
You go low, I'll go high.
I have wings. Why would I go low?
We're gonna die. I don't want to die. We didn't die. Hey, what'd I miss? We were just tiny.
I was partners with Hank on a project called Goliath.
How big did you get?
My record, 21 feet. You?
65 feet.
65.
If you two are finished comparing sizes,
65.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was released July 6th, 2018. It has a running time of 118 minutes, cost $195 million, and it made $622.7 million at the box office. So it was a bit of a hit. Kind of a mid-range Marvel hit there when you only make $600 million.
Right.
Yeah. So that talking about the box office for the Ant-Man and the Wasp means it's time for us to play the box office top 10 game.
But how much did it make at the post office?
42.
35 stamps.
Yeah,
That's a lot now.
it is. How much does a stamp even cost now? I have no idea.
Forever stamps $1, right?
Is it $1 now?
Forever? I don't believe that it will forever be $1, but
Well,
I think they're $1.
I feel like you should just load up on forever stamps, like, because they're forever and they're just going to keep going up in price. So it's like NFTs. They'll never go down. So, all right, this is the box office top 10 game. It's the game where I will describe the top 10 movies of the week of July 6th, 2018. The guys here are going to try to guess what movie I am describing based on the description. You guys ready to play?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. After I share that 53 cents is the current stamp price.
Okay.
53
Soon to
cents.
be 57.
Oh, it just keeps going. That's, the price of stamps is...
Stamps are the future.
That's right. I'm tired of this.
Invest now.
Yeah. I put my all.
to invest.
I don't put anything into my 401k. It's all in stamps.
You just send that to the company that handles. Yeah. Here are more stamps for my 401k.
They're like, we keep telling you that's not how this works.
I trust you will deposit it.
All right. So at number 10 for the week of July 6, 2018 at the box office, a man puts together a team to stop a time traveler.
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2.
Yeah, Deadpool 2, last week's movie. Still hanging on in the top 10 about good solid 2 months later. Wow. At number 9, an exploration of the life, lessons, and legacy of a children's television host.
Let me be your
Won't you
neighbor.
Yeah, the Mr.
Connery.
Rogers documentary.
Oh, the documentary.
Yeah, not the Tom
documentary,
Hanks one.
Not the biopic.
Yeah, the documentary one that came out.
You're like, did you see the real story about the real Fred Rogers? Well, now let's see Tom Hanks do it.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
That's what happened.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
see.
just watched 2 hours of the man himself, but okay.
I didn't see either of these, but I wish that the Tom Hanks version was him covered in tattoos. You know, the old rumor of him having sleeves. And he was like an ex-military operator. Like, yeah.
and it was
Apparently, he was notoriously profane, like on the set and among friends and things.
which that's
I haven't seen either as well because I'm afraid of the emotional response.
Oh,
especially
yeah.
in the documentary, like
Yeah.
they're both
I
gonna
would
fuck
bawl
me
my
up.
eyes out. I'm 100% certain. Yeah.
Like somebody played him in a cameo in the new show about Julia Child on HBO.
Oh.
And, like basically the creation of PBS, and there's a Fred Rogers character, and even that made me cry.
Oh,
Like she's bummed out because Betty Friedan gave her shit, and so she's like sulking and sad. And he just comes over and he's like, "It looks like you could use a friend." Sit down. And it's just like, oh my god. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, Fred Rogers, man, that dude.
George Romero worked for him.
Aw.
wow.
In fact, George Romero said anybody in Pittsburgh at the time that wanted to break into that media worked for Fred Rogers. He was the biggest.
Mm.
So consider that public television, but he was the biggest entity in Pittsburgh.
I
but
think
still.
so. I mean, he was.
Powerhouse.
Do kids still watch him? Like, I'm honestly curious. Jude, he was still on PBS. Jude watched him a bit when Jude was preschool, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do. I mean, that was more than 10 years ago now.
I think the
I'm
whole
so
show's
great-
available on PBS, like online. I don't know if they're showing it
Probably,
necessarily
yeah.
regularly, but I know you can pull
For
up
our
those
gener,
episodes.
I'm so grateful that our generation was essentially influenced by Bob Ross, Julia Child, and Mr. Rogers. Jim Henson as well, but the
Yeah.
Muppets are their own sphere.
Yeah.
Like those 3 people, I'm so grateful that I grew up with them in my life. It's wild.
Yeah.
I can't say that anymore. I can't be like, thank God I got to know Bryan Cranston and Walter White.
Hey, are you guys? This is a bit of a tangent, but it just reminded me. I meant to bring this up offline, but we'll do it on air because why not? Have you guys heard about metastasis?
Oh, is this the Spanish version of Breaking Bad?
The Spanish language version of Breaking Bad. It is a line for line copy of Breaking Bad, line for line, shot for shot, but done in telenovela style, and it is amazing.
And it's you said it's Mexican?
I don't know what country it is. Spanish language. I don't know if it's Mexico or like just a different Central American country.
Because I remember reading it was notoriously just almost impossible to do in foreign markets because so many places had universal health care.
Yeah.
And so many places are like, why the fuck would you do that to get cancer treatment? And we're all like, America.
Yeah, no, but they did it line for line. They just didn't care.
Wild.
It's a Colombian remake.
Colombia. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm checking it out.
Yeah, it's amazing. Telenovela style. It is off the rails.
I can't wait to see their version of Todd.
Oh, God.
62 episodes of this.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
It has a 2.2 on IMDb.
It's amazing. It's truly amazing.
It was just 2014, I guess. It didn't last very long.
No, they did the entire show in 1 year.
That's what I mean. I think they did it all in 1 year.
They just did the whole thing in 1 year. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, all right. Back to the box office top 10. Number 8 this week. A small group of former classmates organize an elaborate game that requires some to travel all over the country.
This was last week too, right?
No. This is the first time this is on.
The Yaya Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
This stars. We got Ed Helms, John Hamm, Jeremy Renner, Rashida Jones, Hannibal Buress.
That like Tag?
Tag, yeah.
Oh, Tag, yeah.
Yeah. This is the one where somehow Jeremy Renner broke both his arms. Like,
well, because it was the friend who had never been tagged before. It's like a real story about a guy. They'd been playing countrywide tag, and he had never been caught, and they conspired to catch him and tag him.
Yeah.
And it's
Did
just
he
Jeremy
break his
Renner
arms in the movie,
doing
or?
stunts. I don't think they did like a Tom Cruise leave it in the film kind of thing, but
yeah, no. Jeremy Renner broke both his arms playing this, and that was like part of like there was issues then with Marvel and Infinity War. Like
the stunts are crazy in that movie.
Break both of your arms.
Yeah. and you don't even have a mom to help you out. Okay.
Son of Edith.
So that was number 8. Coming in at number 7 this week in the box office top 10. Debbie puts together an all-female crew to attempt an impossible heist.
Ocean's
9.
Sisters are doing it for themselves.
It's an Ocean's, yeah. Ocean's 8.
8. Thank you.
Do you guys watch? I think we all do, right?
I knew
Yeah, it was below the others.
Yeah.
You guys watch What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah, I haven't watched through season 3 yet, though.
Oh, well, they all go to Sean, their neighbor, the like knucklehead, Long Island sports. They go to a Super Bowl party, and anyways, they cut back to a scene, and Sean's explaining the Ocean's 11 movies, and Laszlo's like, "You fucking better stop talking about the sea." And then in Ocean's 12,
all right, so number 6 in the box office top 10. An anti-ageist comedy about a man's dream to win the Rucker Classic Streetball Tournament in Harlem.
Anti-ageist comedy. Is that a genre?
I want to know about that.
Apparently. Yeah.
Old men can jump.
They want to, but they're tired.
This looks like
wear your knee brace.
Wow, it looks like a bunch of guys
Right.
that are made up to look old. Weird. We've got the stars Shaq, Chris Webber, Reggie Miller,
Oh, I remember this. Fuck, what was this
JB
called?
Smoove, Mike Epps, Tiffany Haddish, Nick Kroll's in it.
They all have the jackass old man makeup.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. It's called Uncle Drew.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely. Wow. So at number 5 at the box office top 10, the drug war on the U.S.-Mexico border has escalated as the cartels have begun trafficking terrorists across the U.S. border. To fight the war, federal agent Matt Graver reteams with the mercurial Alejandro.
Conservative fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or nightmare.
Yeah.
Freedom Propaganda, the film.
Mhm.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is a sequel. It stars.
Is it Benicio? Is it Sicario, or is it the second one?
It's the sequel. It's the second one.
Oh.
Sicario, Day of the Soldado, is what it was called.
The Sun? Day of the Sun?
Yeah,
Day of the
Soldado.
Sun's heat.
So
So what's the first one about? Is it about just drugs?
I don't know. They're both drug war movies.
I haven't seen any of these
Yeah.
movies. But
Well,
the
like,
second
'cause-
one is about drug war plus terrorism.
Right.
God, the government had to have paid them to make that fucking movie.
Right, because that became a big propaganda scare. Was that like
Yeah.
people stopped mentioning drugs and started mentioning like
Or-
we found a Koran in the desert.
Is that some chicken and the egg shit where they were like, I saw it on television
Right.
late night,
Mhm.
and there was this very real documentary about it starring Benicio del Toro.
Soldado is Spanish for soldier.
Oh, soldado. Well, yeah, Sicario is like a capo, right? They're sort of a lower boss.
Yeah. All right. So
I thought Sicario was a name. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know.
yeah, I have no idea.
Well, I heard it I watched Narcos, which if you haven't watched the first season of Narcos, is fucking dope. But a lot of Sicarios in that.
At number 4 this week in the box office top 10, America's third political party comes to power and conducts an experiment. No laws for 12 hours on Staten Island. Is that really different from normal Staten Island?
From normal Staten Island. Yeah. It's a lawless.
Is this the first Purge?
The first Purge, yes.
Purge
Instead of
me
the
once.
Forever Purge?
Mhm.
That
What was the
sounds
name
like
of that
jewelry.
political party? The first, the third political party? Is it the Purge Party? Is
No,
that
it's-
the Green Party?
it's the-
It's like, we should have a purge.
It's the new founding
Libertarian.
fathers of America is what it's called. Basically, yeah,
Oh,
libertarians on steroids is the idea.
Do you want to show her a special Christmas? Get her the Forever Purge.
Let
Only
her
a
murder her
Jared.
family with no consequences.
It's a diamond tennis bracelet. The Forever Purge.
Yeah, the first Purge sounds like, oh, baby's first Purge.
Oh man, that's something that we're gonna end up doing, right? That's a
Purge it to
that's
me.
a franchise.
The Purge is
Wait,
a franchise. There's,
You're wacky.
like you were saying, though, there's so many horror franchises that we might have to really pick and choose those ones if we do
I
them.
think we should.
Yeah,
pick and choose
I
the
think
Purge,
we'll have to
'cause-
pick and choose, but yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I want to do the
Yeah.
Purge.
Oh, yeah,
same.
yeah,
I'm
I want to do
absolutely.
the humans. I want to do the human scent pie.
Oh God, I don't know if I don't know if I can.
I don't have the
I don't
stomach for
know.
that, man.
I don't want to, but
I might have the mouth and the
just
asshole,
like
but not the
war,
stomach
some
for
things
it.
have to be done.
Oh,
Oh,
that one's rough. I don't know. Oh my God.
I can't. I haven't. Oh, I've never seen them. I have no desire
Me neither.
whatsoever. That's
I haven't
we
either.
gotta. Okay, I got an idea. Not to hash this out on the air, but we should make a wheel. We should
Sure.
spin the wheel with horror movies on it, and let the wheel
Just
choose.
franchises, yeah. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean,
We've I
Fast and Furious is a franchise, but I don't know if I'm physically and mentally prepared.
Oh, that has
So
to be the first one
random.
we do. It's so awful.
yeah, it's
I haven't seen any of them.
it goes so off the
I've
rails to my understanding that like I'm just so intrigued by it.
I kind of liked the first couple, but anyway.
So, all right.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. At number 3 this week in the box office top 10. When an island's dormant volcano begins roaring to life, Owen and Claire mount a campaign to save some endangered creatures.
Jurassic World, the money machine.
Fallen Kingdom, yeah. That was a bad movie. That was a real bad one.
Yeah, it was. I just love the first name in the description.
Yeah,
It's so hilarious.
Brad and Gina.
Yes, like, oh no, them.
Yeah, those people, yeah. Speaking of franchises, the Jurassic.
I'm fine with that.
Start strong and
Those
gets
will be
worse
in
as
there.
we go. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I want to talk about the
there's
first
so
one.
many. Yeah, Jurassic.
I watched the first one 2 days ago. I love that movie.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
first Jurassic Park
Put it
is
on.
amazing. Yeah, I still remember seeing it in the theater.
Yeah, dude. I was 5 and I was terrified. I love that movie
My
experience.
sister saw it like 13 times, and she was young at the time. I think she was probably 10 or 11, but like literally my mom would take her to the theater. She'd watch it like 3 times.
We'd
pick her up.
I saw it with Amber when we were dating in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. At number 2 on the box office top 10. A family takes on a mission which involves changes in their family dynamic.
Changes in latitudes. Changes in attitudes.
I feel like there are a lot of names that you did not say out loud for this
I know.
one.
Like, who are you talking about? Kristen?
Well,
and Todd?
which I feel like this is going to be like the Smith family. There's going to be a name in this description.
It's okay. So Bob must manage the house while Helen goes out to save the world.
Wait, is this The Incredibles 2?
Incredibles 2, yeah.
Whoa. See, I knew their names.
Yeah. Bob
and Helen, yep. And at number 1 this week, as Scott Lang balances being both a superhero and a father, Hope Van Dyne and Dr. Hank Pym present an urgent new mission that finds the Ant-Man fighting alongside the Wasp to uncover secrets from their past.
Okay,
Seems
that
like a
description is out of control. That description is fucking bonkers if you have no idea what we're talking about.
If you don't know this movie, you're like, what is that? What is all of that?
Like, what the hell is an Ant-Man?
No, that...
Well, and he...
I was just gonna say, like, we were talking about how crazy it, like the descriptions of the 50 Shades movies. Like, yeah, to people who don't know these things, that makes no sense. So, all right, that is our box office top 10. That brings us to our comic book and character background. Alaric Weber, explain to us the things that we need to know.
Alrighty. There were a lot of characters in this, several we've seen before, but I just wanted to run through them real quick to get comics timeline. Hank Pym first appeared in Tales to Astonish number 27, January of 1962, and was first seen as Ant-Man September of the same year in Tales to Astonish number 35. Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp, joined Hank Pym on his Ant-Man adventures in Tales to Astonish number 44, June of 1963. Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne were both founding members of the Avengers in the comics. Then Scott Lang first appeared in The Avengers number 181, March of 1979. First seen as the second Ant-Man the following month in Marvel Premiere number 47, April of 1979. Hope Pym in the comics was a different version of the character, being the supervillain Red Queen, first seen in A-Next number 7, April of 1999. Cassie Lang, Scott's daughter, first seen in April of 79 when Scott became Ant-Man. The character would grow up and become a hero herself, named Stature in Young Avengers number 6, May of 2006. then Stinger in the Astonishing Ant-Man number 6, May of 2016. After the first movie, she would become Stinger. She too would have the power of size manipulation. New character, Ghost, first appeared in Iron Man number 219, June of 1987. Alter ego unknown, the original Ghost was male. A genius inventor and hacker who wears a battle suit, allowing him to become invisible and intangible. Initially an adversary of Iron Man, would move on to become part of the anti-hero team Thunderbolts. Then we've got Dr. William Foster. First appeared in The Avengers, number 32, September of 1966. Working for Stark Enterprises and later for Hank Pym as a biochemist. So, acquiring the formula for Pym particles, he became Black Goliath in Luke Cage Power Man number 24, April of 1975. He would later be known as Giant Man as of 1979, then simply Goliath as of 2006. Bill Foster was killed during the Civil War storyline, and he was giant-sized. Giant size at the time that he was killed, and it took 38 burial plots to accommodate his body.
Is he the guy
in a
that
regular cemetery?
Yeah.
That's
or maybe
hilarious.
it's Special Avengers Cemetery.
That seems more expensive than like buying an acre of land to bury him on.
Yeah, definitely.
Just cremate that mother.
Right.
I thought, was he the one that Hulk tore in half?
Oh, no, he was killed by a clone of Thor.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because there was somebody, which is what started off the Planet Hulk storyline, you know, which got the Illuminati involved. Huh, I thought it was Goliath.
Yeah, I remember Thor putting a hole through him, the robot clone.
Yeah. I knew there was something, graphic, yeah.
Let's see. Sonny Birch was from the comics. He was a minor character. First seen in Iron Man Volume 3, number 73, December of 2003. Arrival of Tony Stark as he was the chairman of Cross Technological Enterprises, acquired Stark's tech patents, and proved very inept at utilizing them. Let's see. Additionally, the character of Elias Starr, father of Ava Starr, Ghost in the movie, was a genius intellect supervillain in the comics. Lost my whistle. Supervillain known by the alias Egghead.
Better late than never. I'll always take it.
Oft imitated, never. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then James Wu.
Jimmy Woo.
A Chinese-American secret agent who first appeared in the Atlas Comics title Yellow Claw in October of 1956.
Wow.
Yellow Claw?
That's terrible.
56.
Yeah.
But I love that. Of course, I love Randall Park, no doubt. But I love that character. I love that character and the way he weaves through the MCU.
Yeah, his WandaVision appearances are great.
That was all neat.
I hope we continue to see his perspective on things. It's nice to see regular people.
Yeah.
Randall Parks was telling a story about how while he was filming, I don't know if it was WandaVision or this, he was walking down the street one day and someone yelled, "Hey, Asian Jim!" And he was like, "Oh my God, that's so racist. Yes, I play a character named Jim." But then he was like, "Oh, that's right, I was on The Office."
Office, yeah.
He forgot his cameo on The Office.
He's like, "I forgot I was Asian Jim." Yeah.
Let's see. James Wu and other characters from Yellow Claw were brought to Marvel a decade later, with Wu joining S.H.I.E.L.D. in 1968.
Woo.
And that's all I got.
All right. Thank you, Al, for that.
That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, for that comic book background. That brings us to the production of the film itself. this movie was directed again by Peyton Reed, who directed the first one. Writers are Chris McKenna and Eric Summers. They also were writers on the Spider-Man Homecoming.
Noise.
They were in Community. They were a writing team. They wrote on Community also, and also getting a writing credit is Paul Rudd.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, again, we were talking last week. An improviser like that. Ryan Reynolds is quite accomplished, but fucking Paul Rudd, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Paul Rudd is.
I watched the director's commentary on this, and Peyton Reed was saying that Jimmy Woo, Randall Park, and Paul Rudd are equally adept at improvising. And he was just like, watching them work together was the most incredible thing.
Their timing is great.
Yeah, you just let them run, and they just do their own thing. Yeah.
They have a lot of chemistry, like those two.
They do.
Yeah.
The end.
Like, I'll see you.
Do you want to go out and hang out? Maybe.
Would you want to? Or
I'll see you next time. I'm arresting you. It's so great.
I also want to just throw in, how cool and weird is it that the show Community was basically a farm team for the MCU?
Right? Yes.
For real,
I love
man.
Community from the pilot. Honestly, and sitcom pilots can be rough, but yeah.
No, Community is it was just one of the best TV shows ever. I mean, it dipped in quality here and there, but it was so good.
Now I want to see the Prince Namor movie directed by Chevy Chase.
With Chevy Chase as Prince Namor. Shirtless, swimming. So on our cast, we've got returning Paul Rudd as Scott Lang, Evangeline Lilly as Hope Van Dyne, Michael Pena as Lewis. We got Walton Goggins as Sonny Birch.
Oh, beautiful.
Is this
treasure? National treasure.
Is this our first Walton Goggins on this show?
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
Wow. I can't believe we haven't talked. Oh, wait. No. He was in Crow Salvation, but we didn't do that movie because it was direct to DVD. So, our first Walton Goggins. Crazy.
Love that dude.
Yeah. Walton Goggins, oh God, he goes way back. He was on, let's see.
Even his teeth.
Yeah.
He played Seabiscuit.
Let's see. He was in The Next Karate Kid. That was one of his first movies.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Shanghai Noon, Joyride, The Bourne Identity. He's just a character actor in everything.
He chews up the Hateful Eight.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Somehow he's. This is weird to say. Better than Sam Jackson, which is hard to fucking.
Yeah.
And do. And then of course all the Danny McBride, Jody Hill projects.
Yes.
Baby Billy in the most recent.
Yeah, Vice Principals.
Oh, I'm sorry. And the first time I took notice was on Justified, which if you haven't watched that show, it is really
he played Boyd on Justified.
Boyd, yeah, so good. And his mother is acclaimed character actress Margot Martindale.
Yes. And he was also he did do a guest spot on Community for one episode too, bringing it back.
Oh.
Huh. Yeah. Walton Goggins, man. Character actor extraordinaire. Let's see. Bobby Cannavale back as Jim, the Judy Greer's husband.
Stepfather.
Yeah, Judy Greer's Maggie. T.I. back as Dave.
Yep.
David.
Oh my God. Andrew just pointed out Walton Goggins. I forgot. He plays a transgender prostitute on Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, wow.
God damn, he's so good in that. All right, carrying on.
So David Datsmalchian as Kurt. Hannah John Kamen as Ava / Ghost. Let's see. So she was in Ready Player One. She was on the TV series Killjoys. She was Ornella on Game of Thrones. I don't even remember who that was. Oh my God, she was a First Order officer in The Force Awakens. Let's see. Yeah, so she's currently in the not currently. Most recently she was in the Brave New World series, which I only just now learned about, and that's because it's a Peacock series.
Oh. Yeah, I would have watched that if I had heard of it.
Yeah, there's so many things like Peacock, Paramount Plus. Like, I have no idea what's on those.
All I know is Peacock has all the Chicagos.
Yeah. Somebody made a Catch-22 show.
Yeah, with George Clooney.
Sure.
Yeah,
he produced it, probably directed.
The amount of things that exist that like I would have like lost my mind over like 10 to 15 years ago that I simply haven't gotten around to is insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's too much television.
Too much. Have we reached?
Don't ever say that.
Have we reached peak TV? Because there was that theory that I can't remember what producer like had the theory that we're gonna like peak oil. We're gonna reach peak TV where there's so much TV we can't possibly keep up or pay attention, and then it's gonna start diminishing the amount of new like prestige TV there is.
I think that's called the Phantom Clown theory.
Abby Ryder is back as Cassie. She absolutely kills it.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah. Oh my God. She's currently playing Margaret in the Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret movie, which is coming out this year.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. Wow.
Now it's just a one. No. Are you there? Are you there, God?
Nope.
Stop writing.
Yeah.
Please.
Why is that dude the authority on having your period?
As we mentioned, Randall Park plays Jimmy Woo. Have we talked about Randall Park previously? I think we did, right? Was he
the first Ant-Man?
He was in the first Ant-Man, right? Was he?
Was he?
I don't think he was. I think this is Jimmy Woo's. Is this Jimmy Woo's first appearance?
Yeah, this is his first appearance.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So Randall Park. I mean, of course, like he was. He was Asian Jim.
What was it? Fresh off the
on
boat?
The Office.
Was that
yeah? Fresh off the boat is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, he's kind of just started out working his way. Like he did a lot of guest spots in TV shows throughout the 2000s.
He's on Drunk History a lot, which is fun. When they needed an Asian character, they just, yeah.
Let's see. He was in Super Ninjas. I forgot about that show. He was also in Community for a couple episodes. He did some Robot Chicken work. Oh my God, so much TV work. It just goes on and on. I forgot. He did a guest spot in Lower Decks. Huh. But
was he on Lower Decks?
It was just a one episode one. He played the Apergosian High Leader.
Huh. Go back and watch all Lower Decks again.
Yeah. But yeah, he's in everything, I feel like. He was in as far as movies goes, he was in Neighbors, Trainwreck, The Disaster Artist, the Lego Ninjago movie. We'll see him again in not too long. He's in Aquaman.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Is Ninjago a play on Ninja Go? Go Ninja.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know. Jude swears that Ninjago is really good, but it's something he watched like in his preteen years, so I don't trust it.
The show. I was like, the toys. Yeah, they're toys. Your imagination.
Yeah, yeah, they're Legos, but ninjas.
Weird Lego TV.
Yeah.
On the side. That's their side hustle.
Yeah,
They are Legos.
Yeah. We've got Michelle Pfeiffer. We haven't seen her since Batman Returns on this show.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's been a minute. Lauren,
she's great casting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. She was great. It's great to see her playing against Michael Douglas.
Right. Yeah.
This was their original hope when they or not hope. Sorry. Bad choice of words. Janet was who they intended. Michelle Pfeiffer is who they intended to cast as Janet. When they showed her in the first movie, her eyeballs in that scene. Peyton Reed said, I don't know, make her look like Michelle Pfeiffer. Long before they had ever touched base with her to see if she wanted to do the role.
That's awesome. Perfect casting.
Some things just work out for Marvel.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, it's another...
when you can throw $300 million at a movie, something's going to work out for you.
Right?
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster.
You did it still. That's like CC level, like
of the Fish Clan.
Yes, he is the Fishburne. He's Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne.
So he's also in Aquaman, right?
Because he's
Fishburne.
He comes on the King Tut.
What's the last time we saw him? What did we see him in? Oh, Batman v Superman. That's right.
Yeah, he's Perry White. I was going to say it's been a few times.
Yeah,
because we have a running joke now.
Michael Douglas is back as Hank Pym.
Did we get some Fishburne in Justice League?
I can't remember. Yeah. He was in that? Perry White was in Justice League?
Just briefly, I think. Yeah,
he was definitely in the Snyder cut because there was 16 hours of that movie.
Oh, that maybe I'm
the Snyder. Yeah, the Snyder cut is 3 weeks long. So
everyone was in that. Abraham Lincoln was in that. Everyone.
I was Moses.
And for some reason they were all Martian.
was in that.
For some reason they were all Martian Manhunter.
Or named Martha.
Yeah.
Martha Manhunter.
My dad's name is Martha too. Both my parents' names were Martha. It was Martha and Martha.
I am the Martha Manhunter.
Martha Manhunter.
I had to say it.
That rounds out our cast. It rounds out our production. It means, guys, it's time to jump into the movie. You ready to do Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Let's get big.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's gonna be so boring. I won't be able to keep my eyes. So.
What else am I going to do on the last day, 3 days of house arrest?
Yeah.
I'm Ashton Kutcher, and you got pezzed.
Here we go. This is Ant-Man and the Wasp. We open with some voiceover from Hank Pym. He tells us about the past. Janet and Hank are leaving little hope.
Who else kind of wished that they were wearing their old school costumes instead of the ones that look like Scott's?
Yeah, that would have been cool. Like the
helmet, which we see later on in Endgame sitting on a desk, but like that just would have been kind of cool.
It would have been cool. Their de-aging.
They would have had to think about it back in Ant-Man because this scene was duplicated.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Not
the way that I
done it, but they would have taken some forethought.
I read it as the suit that Scott wears is the 80s version of that suit, and Hank had probably been doing this for 15, 20 years at that point.
And it's probably the one that can shrink even smaller or get quantum or what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are plenty of practical explanations, but it would have been neat to see. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have to go stop the missile, like we saw in the first movie. They can't get into the missile's casing, so Janet shrinks down to the quantum realm to get in there and stop it. She's lost there, seemingly forever. We cut back to the present, and Hank is telling Hope that he thinks that Janet may still be alive and that he can bring her back ever since Scott went to the quantum realm. Then we get the Marvel fanfare, and we cut to Scott and his daughter Cassie playing.
This is Marvel's 10-year anniversary The Marvel logo is the special 10-year thing. The IO in studios is a 10.
That's right.
This is the 20th movie. Kind of neat.
Cool.
It's crazy that we've got 20 movies already.
Do you know
this whole sequence with the? Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say we're now up to 28 movies plus the series.
In the
Crazy.
MCU?
28 MCU movies plus all of the Disney Plus series. Yeah.
The series. Wow. I love it. The whole sequence with Cassie in the beginning, just so well done, so brilliant.
Yeah.
That kid is
sweet and funny.
Is such a great actor too. She really nails everything
The
that
fuzz.
she was asked to do.
I love her mischievous. I love her mischievous, like when she sees something and she just looks like devilishly happy about it.
Yeah, Paul Rudd's kid.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
buy it immediately.
Morgan Stark, you could tell that was Pepper's kid. Kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you could tell who was raising them. Like, it's a well done storytelling thing. Cassie is very much Scott's kid. Sarcasm, mischief.
One of my favorite moments, though, that I caught, just like, because kids are the worst to film because they stare down the lens.
Yeah, or look at the boom.
Yeah, I like paused the movie at some point to like go to the restroom, and I came back and she was staring right into the camera in this scene, and it just made me laugh so hard. I was like, oh man, I never would have noticed that if I had just stopped in that immediate moment.
And you just hear the refrain from Curb Your Enthusiasm, like they do it meme videos now. Bum, bum, bum.
Lewis is there planning the future of their security business. Scott accidentally sets off the perimeter alarm on his ankle bracelet. We learn he's on.
His name's Luis.
Lewis. I'm sorry, Louise. Yeah. We learn he's on house arrest after violating the Sokovia Accords in Civil War. Agent Jimmy Woo comes and visits. We learn that he hasn't been in contact with Scott hasn't been in contact with the Pims. Also, his ex and her new husband are very supportive of Scott. I love this new dynamic. It's so much better than
turnaround.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
And listen, and dig what took the turnaround, at least for Bobby Cavett, which I love that fucking actor. But
yeah,
it took Scott having to fight Captain America at that airport and all that shit before he was like, oh.
I think they've been in support since he saved
the
Cassie.
first movie.
Yeah. I was going to say,
that's true. I'm sorry.
They cover for him at the very end of the movie too.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree
guess
with
my
Al,
point.
like,
You're right. I was a wrong example, but like how much it took to earn the respect of this cop.
Yeah.
Well, and not just respect. That guy adores Scott.
Yeah,
hey, buddy.
Yeah.
He's always like awkwardly hugging him and shit. Oh, it's so uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah, no, he treats him like his like weird like stepson almost.
I think this might be my single favorite piece of exposition dialogue in the entire MCU. Why are you doing this to my daddy?
Cassie.
Yeah.
Well done.
Randall Park, just dry as hell, man, delivering the legal language of the Sokovia Accords.
But you're right, because the lazy route, which is done so much, is he and Scott, them having a conversation about it again, which would be so ridiculous and unnatural because there was a trial and he was sentenced. So using the kid is like, oh, brilliant. Instead of us like, you know what, Scott? Let me just run through what your punishment is.
And credit to the writing, because this movie it leans on Ant-Man and Captain America Civil War so greatly.
Oh yeah.
That if you hadn't seen those movies, you don't know why our main character is on house arrest for the duration of the entire film. That's the ticking clock of this movie. Like, without that, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But this just boom, and now we're off. Now everybody's in the boat. Everybody knows what's happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. He only has 3 days left on his house arrest. We get a montage of Scott going through his day-to-day activities.
To the Carpenters theme? Or no, it's
the Partridge Family.
Partridge Family. Thank you.
Coming along, there's a song that we're singing. Yeah.
He falls asleep and dreams of the quantum realm where he sees Janet. He inhabits her body in the past. When he wakes up, he calls Hank on his burner phone number, tells him about it. Later, Hope and Hank kidnap Scott, leaving a big ant with his ankle monitor on as a decoy. Hope's mad at Scott for going to help out Cap in Civil War.
Do they ever say his name? Is this Anton?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so. Anton was a flying ant, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No, I can't remember. But there was the giant ant at the end of the first Ant-Man.
That's right.
That became their pet.
Yeah, I feel like this is
Anton.
Like their big talk.
I feel like this is a different one because this is one that Hope and Hank left there.
I'd
This
be
one
willing
had
to
a
bet.
mustache.
I bet the government took that ant after the events of Civil War.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Fucked
Right.
up.
And they killed all
He
the ants in
doesn't
the
know
guard.
anything.
Just shoot the
Right.
ant like
Just
a cop
an
shoots a dog.
Oh God.
There's an FBI exterminator out at the Lang house every day, just killing all the ants.
Aw.
FBI exterminated.
A 1 block radius.
Do you have a possum that crossed state lines? Call the FBI exterminators.
So they arrive at their secret lab where Hank is building a quantum tunnel with the help of some ants.
Science.
I love this reveal though, Scott. Like, do you need money? Do you need help? Because I can help you. Like he thinks they're squatting.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
also does lead to the question: where are they getting money from at this point? I have to imagine he's got like secret funds in Switzerland or something. I don't know.
He probably still owns patents, right?
Yeah, he probably owns
But he's on
patents.
the run. How is he going to even collect all that?
I think that
Well, I
Hank
don't know, but they
steals for
can't take
fun
him away from you.
and has been stealing for fun his entire career. I think that
Hank?
he's just like, I don't know. Yeah, it's easy. I just shrink things down and expand them and sell them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of ways he
Simple
could, be making a lot of money on the side. But yeah, anytime anyone's like on the run and has like all this tech in any movie, I always think like, how are they getting the money for all of this?
Look at all my ant money.
He like shrunk like Breaking Bad style barrels of cash just into tiny little Tic Tacs, and they're in a Tic Tac container.
Andrea says they're selling black market stuff. Yeah, that's makes the most
that's
sense.
how they meet. That's how they meet Walton's
Oh
character,
yeah,
actually.
that's right. Because they have an established relationship with him. Okay.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Hank's angry at Scott. Scott tells him he destroyed the Ant-Man suit he was using. Hank believes Scott became quantumly entangled with Janet when he was in the quantum realm. They have to get a part for the quantum tunnel from Sonny Birch. They give Scott a new suit and head off, but we see they're being followed by a mysterious semi-invisible figure.
It's a bar mitzvah suit.
Yeah. Hope meets Birch, but Birch double crosses her. He wants to get involved with his research to sell it to the highest bidder. Hope wasps out.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
She starts drinking some white wine and complaining about the help.
Has a bake sale, but doesn't bake anything herself.
She fights off Birch and his men. She gets attacked by a quantumly unstable masked figure. Scott joins
Pretty cool
in.
villain, I must admit.
Yeah, and a cool
That is
choice to go up against, the quantum powered shrinking people.
Yeah.
Someone who can phase in and out of
Phase
things.
in and out.
Yeah, absolutely. They try to fight off Ghost, but she escapes with Pym's lab, which has been shrunk down to the size of a suitcase. They head back to Louise's office.
With a handle.
Yes, with a handle.
So how large is that handle and when it's a normal sized building? I don't know.
Very big.
Can you still extend that thing up?
I mean, we do see it at the end. It is extended when the building expands in the final phase.
I'm certain we talked about this in the first movie, but as cool a movie concept it is and looks, when you make it large in a new location, how do the utilities work? How does it get hooked up to water, septic, gas?
Well, yeah, and also something of that size needs a foundation, because like when at the end when they put the house on the beach, I just kept thinking like that's gonna like just sink into that sand. You can't just put a house on sand.
It was so close to the edge of the water. All right, carry on. Tiny houses.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see. They head back to Louise's office to hide out and regroup. They decide to go to Hank's old partner, Bill Foster. Meanwhile, Ghost goes back to her hideout and sleeps in her special glass box.
I want one of those to sleep in.
It's like a Michael Jackson chamber.
That's what they are now. Sealed. I'd love to sleep in one of those.
Yeah. At the university, they meet with Bill, who we find out was shrunk and giant when he worked with Hank. Bill gives them a way to find their lab, or an idea of a way to find their lab. Jimmy Woo shows up, and they flee.
Sorry, Thoreau, but Shrunken Giant is also an awesome band name.
Shrunken Giant, yeah. On the road, Hank tells them they can't use Bill's idea because his new suits don't have the proper pieces called diffractors. It's the part he needs to track the lab. Scott reveals he didn't really destroy his old suit. It's at Cassie's school because she took the trophy it was in for show and tell.
The original conversation that he then backs out on is like, I destroyed your suit. You destroyed my suit. It's my life's work. I love Michael Douglas's reaction to that.
You didn't? Yeah.
Just equally mad that he didn't destroy the suit.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't win with Hank.
Never.
I love the continuing thing of that it's actually pointed out that that Hank has a lot of falling outs with people. Maybe it's you, Hank.
Yep.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Notoriously.
And I also love
like
that.
Go ahead, please.
No. Go ahead, Josh.
Well, like even in Endgame, when we see much younger Hank, like somebody just called him to say there was a package, and he couldn't have been a bigger asshole to the guy on the phone.
Yeah, for no reason.
Always a dick. Always a dick.
Always.
Do you think he was a dick to Wong when Wong shows up in Endgame and is like, "Oh, you have to come and help us fight Thanos"? And he's like, "Who the fuck? What?
Who the fuck
I
are
don't
you?
fight people. I'm a scientist." He's like, "No.
I didn't order takeout." Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah, and I also like how they poked fun at the Marvel in disguise thing with
like the hoodie and glasses.
Yeah, they're like, you can't just wear a baseball cap and sunglasses and say you're in disguise. We look like us going to a baseball game.
Yeah, the Unabomber style.
Yeah. So all right, in the school, Scott's suit malfunction. He gets stuck the size of a child.
Adorable sequence, just hilarious visual gags.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. They retrieve the suit.
You look so cute.
They retrieve the suit.
Little pocket red.
Yeah.
Hey there, champ. How was your day at school?
Yeah.
You want any string cheese and
a juice
orange?
juice
Yeah,
box?
yeah. Like, do you have that though?
Do you have those things? Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I want a string cheese and a juice box. I'm down.
If you have them, I'll take them.
Anytime there's one available, I'll take it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I meant to mention, this was the first MCU movie I watched after moving back to Tucson from Milwaukee. It was the first one that came out. Yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
Wow, you haven't been here as long as I thought.
We have so many species of ants.
Yeah, man.
We do. We have a lot of ants. We have a lot of insects in general in the Southwest.
We do. So take that.
Yeah.
Weird flex.
So they retrieve the suit, they resize Scott, and use the diffractors to track the lab to a remote house. We find out that Hope's upset with Scott, not just because he went to Germany to help Cap, but because he didn't take her with him. At the house, they're captured by Ghost.
I mean, I would be upset if I was someone's life partner and
like superhero fighting partner. Yeah.
Didn't take me on a superhero trip overseas.
Like, I want to fight.
on.
I want to go help Cap. Come on.
You know how much my dad hates Iron Man?
Yeah.
Tony said no plus ones. Oh, no, wait. He was on the other side.
Yeah, how proud would Hank have been if Hope had fucked up Iron Man?
That actually, you know what? That's a missed opportunity for like just a small joke in this movie for him to be like, listen, I was fighting against Tony Stark, and for Hank to be like, all right, it's fine then.
Right. Or you should have called us. I would have loved to be there to watch him lose.
Yeah, something like that.
Who doesn't want a trip to Germany?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Berlin's airport.
Yeah.
Beautiful when empty. Beautiful. So serene.
Yeah.
The pretzels just left out.
They discover Ghost can phase even without the suit. She reveals herself to be Ava Starr. Her father, Elias, was another of Pym's former partners who died with his wife during an experiment that went wrong. Bill Foster arrives and reveals that Ava's dying and is in constant pain as a result of her condition. They plan to cure her using Janet's quantum energy. Believing that this is going to kill Janet, Hank refuses to help them. He fakes a heart attack and tricks them into releasing some giant ants, which they use to escape with the lab. They find a new spot to make the building big and begin preparations to open the tunnel.
As vicious as she is, Ghost, Ava, she's not trying to take over the world. She's just trying to save her own life.
Yeah.
I said villain earlier. That's a misnomer for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's born of necessity. It's not born of malice whatsoever.
Yeah.
Or personal gain. Talk about, like, being able to steal if she wanted to.
It's unfortunate that she can't go along with, like, later Bill Foster's, like, we can find another way. Like, we can all help you.
Right.
We can all help you.
But she also only has, like, a few days.
Yeah.
So she's like she's panicking at this point and just wants to do anything she can to.
Yeah. She's a little antsy.
Little antsy.
Luis calls and needs Scott to help fix an issue with some plans for a client on their security company. So he tells them where they are. Then Birch shows up and uses a truth serum.
There's no such thing.
Yes. To discover Scott, Hope, and Hank's location from Luis and his partners. Birch calls the feds and tips them off as to Pym's location, thinking he can get the lab from the government more easily than from Hank. Meanwhile, Bill and Ava plan to get the lab back from Hank. She only has a couple weeks until she dies from her condition. Ava wants to kidnap Cassie to force them to give them the lab. Bill refuses, saying there has to be another way.
Do you think she applied with Make-A-Wish to destroy Hank Pym? Like, I would like Hank Pym to die.
Make-A-Wish is like, well,
I want to meet Captain Jack Sparrow.
John Cena shows up and he's like, I'm here to help kill Hank Pym.
Like, I guess you were my second choice.
At the lab, Hank opens a stable version of the tunnel. Hank, Hope, and Scott are able to contact Janet, who takes over Scott's body and gives them a precise location of where to find her, but warns that they only have 2 hours before the unstable nature of the realm will separate them for a century.
Where to find her? I love the tardigrade field. Is that
the tardigrades, yeah.
Oh my God, when this came out, Ella was still, a little wee kid, and her friend Anna, who is an awesome little kid, she was a tardigrade and made the costume herself.
Aww.
She has like butcher paper that she just filled up, so it was just huge.
Aww.
I don't know. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Luis calls Scott and tells them that Ghost and the feds know where they are. Scott heads back to his house as the feds are on their way there. Cassie, her mom and stepdad arrive, stalling the feds long enough for Scott to secretly arrive back at his house.
And I love the ongoing gag with Wu about him trying to learn close-up magic and card magic. And, yeah. So impressed by Scott.
How'd you do it, Scott?
What?
What?
The close-up magic. Yeah. Meanwhile, in the woods, the FBI find and surround Hank and Hope, arresting them. Ghost steals the lab from the FBI. Scott has a heart-to-heart with Cassie, who convinces him to go help Hank and Hope. Scott arrives, helps him escape custody. They track down the lab. Scott and Hope distract Ava, while Hank enters the quantum realm to retrieve Janet, whom he finds alive. Meanwhile, Scott and Hope are confronted by Birch and his men, who steal the shrunken lab. We get a big chase sequence. Scott becomes Giant Man. I
love the Hot Wheels case.
Yeah.
I know. I love it. That's perfect.
Yeah. It's great. The shrinking and growing, all of that is so fun in the action sequences.
Yeah, the Pez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because cars, okay, shrinking cars, growing cars, but when they take things that are just random objects, they did in the first one too, the Thomas the Tank Engine and all that shit. That's when it's really fun, and you're like, yeah, he is small.
Well, and
it is big.
Yeah.
They did a really good job at choosing like iconic things instead of like, here's a Ticonderoga pencil,
right?
Yeah, or like a rubber eraser. Here is a Pez dispenser. That was Hello Kitty.
Yeah, because Cassie had given it to Louis.
Yeah,
Cassie gave it to him. Yeah, and he
in the last movie
carries it around.
Was Thomas the Tank Engine?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah,
sure.
Andrea mentioned we skipped over Paul Rudd's brilliant portrayal of Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah, so he's playing Michelle Pfeiffer through him.
He's playing her character from Married to the Mob.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't know.
No, wait, did she? Yeah, no, she had a Brooklyn accent in Married to the Mob, I think.
Well, this won't give anything away. What's it called when dream walking? Is that what it's called?
Oh,
you can like walk into other people's
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
From Multiverse of Madness,
The chemistry between the chemistry between Paul and Michael Douglas when
he's being Michelle Pfeiffer?
When he's playing Michelle Pfeiffer, like he's staring longingly into his eyes.
Yeah, there's something he sees there.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, Paul Rudd is like Kermit the Frog. If you don't have chemistry with him, it's your fault.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. Let's see. Scott's a giant. He gets the lab back, but then passes out. Ava regains control of the lab, allowing her to begin taking Janet's energy by force. Hope shrinks Scott back down to normal and saves him. Luis, Dave, and Kurt incapacitate Birch and his men so that Scott and Hope can stop Ava.
We never really mentioned his grandmother had a restaurant with a jukebox that had nothing but Ma's on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So rad. Okay, back to where we were.
Yeah.
Which is why Morrissey plays on Scott's phone when Louis calls.
Yeah.
And what's the song? Shit.
It's just
it's the Smiths tune.
It is the Smiths.
Every day's like Sunday.
Yes, every day's like that one.
But it has a really cool, such a Morrissey title. Anyways, moving.
It does. It has one of those long Morrissey titles, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Morrissey is probably most popular in Mexico and
Absolutely.
like South and Central,
and
Central America. It's crazy how popular it is in the South.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ask Jerry Wagner.
Yeah.
Ask any 80s, 90s.
It doesn't sound like a Mexican.
Morrissey
name,
played in Yuma.
Yeah.
He sold out the convention center in Yuma, and no one sells out the convention center in Yuma because nobody goes to that kind of shit.
The phenomena is incredible, and it's legit since the moment they.
Yeah, and it's so crazy that's what connected with that culture. It's it's amazing. I love it.
It makes sense though. It's like that lowrider vibe.
Yeah,
they love his melancholy ballads.
It's that tall hair.
He's got a real Day of the Dead feel.
Yeah,
he kind of. Every day is like
Skellington Man.
Yeah. So all right, So they are able. So Hank and Janet return from the quantum realm.
First of the gang to die is in there as well. Yeah. That was the one I was trying to think of. Sorry. Morrissey.
Janet voluntarily gives up some of her energy to Ava to temporarily stabilize her. The cops arrive. Birch and his guys get arrested. Scott makes a suit giant to distract Jimmy Woo long enough to escape and sneak back to his house. Bill and Ava go on the run together. Scott's ankle monitor's removed and his house arrest is over. He celebrates by visiting his family. The security company gets a big job. Hank and Janet reconnect, building a very unsafe house on the beach.
Yeah. Like a 3-story brownstone.
Yeah.
Right there on the edge of the water. Did they even check what tide it was or going to be?
Well, the good thing is time is not going to have any effects on this house. They're just going to shrink it again and move it,
Yep,
10 feet
constantly.
inland.
Yeah, that's true. But also, again, like, you need a foundation. Like, you can't just stick a house on dirt.
And a freshwater supply.
Yeah. And electricity. I mean, maybe they have solar panels or a generator or something, but still.
They're like, we just shit in the ocean. Just Ant-Man and Wasp. Just
the septic tank
paradise.
just shrinks all the shit to microscopic size, so it never fills up.
They just send the shit to the quantum realm.
They just shrink. They shrink hundreds of gallons of water and then just fill tank with the tens of thousands of gallons that way.
I mean, seriously. So the tech in this, like, that's a good point. Like, they could really be using this tech to like get rid of a lot of like pollution and garbage. Like, there's a lot.
Yeah, they could better.
There's a lot he could do besides like being fucking Hank and running around, like driving mini cars places.
You're lucky I'm not beating my wife. Be happy with what you get.
I think she's lucky.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, but
We're all lucky.
between Tony and Hank Pym, like the billionaire scientists of the MCU are actually probably just as awful as our billionaire tech.
As our real ones.
Yeah.
They're billionaires.
Yeah. So all right. Cassie says she wants to. Oh, Scott, Hope, and Cassie go to the drive-in.
To watch them.
Yeah.
About giant ants.
Cassie says she wants to help people when she grows up, like her dad. I wonder if that's a new Avengers, young Avengers.
I mean, Stature is a new Avenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're building them.
Credits roll, but in a mid-credit sequence, Hank, Scott, and Hope and Janet are planning to harvest quantum energy to help Ava remain stable. Scott goes to the quantum realm, but while he's there, the other three get dusted.
Okay, so that scene had some of the most intense emotional impact for me in the MCU. Like, it was just devastating. I don't know. Just Scott being trapped there, seeing the dust.
Mm-hmm.
Just, wow. I remember just being like gut punched. Like,
the sound of the emergency sirens
just going off. Yeah.
And the TV, the emergency, when we see the ant playing drums, which I think else, but I think it's
that's in the after credits. Yeah.
The emergency broadcast system just.
Yeah, absolutely. It hits you. It's hard.
It hits, man, because he's trapped in there.
Well, and this movie ended on such a high note, and then we get the post credits.
It was such a romp. It was such a like fun, light romp, low stakes, and then they hit you with that.
Don't forget, this is what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Elsewhere.
How long ago was
Infinity
How long
War?
ago was Infinity War our time?
Well, it happened.
This
in
was
2018.
Okay, now this was July 2018.
Yeah.
So it was like March to July, right? Something like that.
Something like that.
Well, wait. Was it? It wasn't. Infinity War took place over just like a.
No. When did Infinity War come out in theaters?
Oh, in theaters. Oh, yeah. March 2018.
Okay, so not that long before.
Yeah. So I have. That's the movie. I have one unanswered question. So they have to keep giving energy to Ava for her not to phase out of existence. So she's fucked. I guess it's less of a question as like something to point out. Like if she didn't get snapped, she's pretty fucked.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Yeah.
They hadn't figured out her condition just yet. and
Yeah.
The people
There's
who
no way
work with her are gone.
Janet was just Janet's energy
No
that
one
she
else
gave her was just a
could do
temporary
it.
measure. They had to keep doing it and keep working on it.
So they're
Yeah,
probably going to have to snap her.
He
Yeah.
was
For
probably
that
snapped,
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if we'll find out in Quantum Mania or if that's just going to be a forgotten plot point.
Yeah, I mean, like Darren Cross and the PIM particles that escaped from PIM Labs in the first one. We don't
Yeah.
pick those
Yeah.
up again.
No.
I don't think it's essential to follow Ghost.
Yeah.
But-
And she may end up being on the what's the spooky Avengers?
Oh, the
Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dark Avengers or
Thunderbolts. The ones
Yeah.
that they're currently teasing.
Yeah, so she may be a Thunderbolt member, and that would probably be where we'd see her again. She'd be
Yeah.
cool in that.
Yeah.
She would.
Yeah. That was it. It was Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was a
Yeah.
The
Perfectly-
credits did assure us that Ant-Man and the Wasp would return.
Yeah.
question mark.
Oh,
Yeah. With the slow reveal of the question mark is always a subtle move.
Mm-hmm.
might have looked away.
Yeah.
They're like, don't hold us to it.
Yeah.
I have an unanswered question, which is how did they know that Janet was in the quantum realm and that they could harvest her quantum energy to save Ava?
Because when she spoke through Scott, right?
Oh, no. How did Bill Foster know?
How did Bill and Ava know? Yeah.
I think, well, I imagine, I mean, him and Hank worked together after Janet went there. I imagine he was like, yeah, she's in the quantum realm. It's terrible. I hate it.
So you dating anybody here?
So I don't know how they knew they could reach her and harvest her energy, though. That is a good point. Like, I guess they just assumed they could.
Well, and then they leap to the assumption of it'll probably kill her also.
There's a lot of assuming those. There's a lot of assumptions they made.
Cosmic power, gamma, radiate, Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they
There's
didn't give
always
us a quick the nano flux from the radio tubes.
Does the
that they
hoopy
normally
dudes.
would give us.
Yeah.
The hoopties and the whoopties. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was fun. It was a romp. It was, a perfectly MCU-able movie.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Any other last thoughts on it, guys? We kind of breezed through this one.
No, let's rank it.
All right.
Yeah.
We're ready. We can rank it. I'll open up our rankings here.
Ant-Man's 21.
Yeah, we have the first Ant-Man at number 21. I guess the first question is, do we want to go above or below that? And which direction do we want to go with this one? Yeah, it's kind of hard because I feel like in some ways it was a much more fun movie, but in other ways the first Ant-Man was established some stuff that this one took advantage of being able to play off of.
The first one was a clean heist movie. We knew what was happening. They set up the heist.
Yeah.
This movie was a chase kind of shuffle of who has the bag.
There was
less heist kind of thing.
This one had a much more muddled, all over the place plot. The first one was a lot cleaner as far.
Which I don't think the movie suffers from it, but
no, it's still lots of fun. It wasn't confusing necessarily. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could go either way. Honestly, I'm pretty on the fence with this one as to whether it's better than the first or not.
I like the first one more. I think the first one I would watch over and over and over. This one's fun though.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. Alan, Josh, what are your guys' thoughts?
I do appreciate Hope in a suit.
Yeah. Having Hope actively be the Wasp was
and
really
Kick-Ass.
Yeah,
was really great. It's hard to put it above or below, but it would just it would have to be just above or just below.
Yeah, this is almost like Deadpool, where I feel like it's such of a piece that would have to go next to it almost.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Just,
Right.
just
Yeah.
above or below?
Which way we want to go, guys?
I like below.
Al?
Yeah, I'll concur.
Sure.
All right. I recognize as Josh is like, can we just get this over with? Concurrence.
No. I just no. It's not that.
We were putting Ant-Man and the Wasp at number 22, right below the first Ant-Man.
I'm so happy this was not called Ant-Man 2. I just want to say that out loud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have appreciated Marvel's convention of doing that for most of their movies. Like, it's not Thor 2, it's Thor Dark World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, other than
it's
Iron Man, have they done a 2?
Next issue.
Avengers.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Volume 2.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is a very long description. They feel like what do they call those? Like trade paperbacks almost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you get a name instead of like Avengers 1 through 45.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the saga.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, Avengers was Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
It didn't have a number.
Yeah, it wasn't
Crazy.
Avengers 2. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Captain America, Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah, Thor, the Dark World. Like, they start pretty early without,
Terms of endearment.
2, the quickening.
Boy in the bubble.
In Rampagement.
Terms of endearment 2. 2 terms, 2 endearment.
The Revenge of Dr. Necropolis.
So, all right, that brings us to the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, which means it's time to look to next week. And next week on Harmless Phosphorescence, we are going to be watching Venom.
Venom.
Yes, Tom Hardy.
Speaking of Thunderbolts, I really like Tom Hardy. I don't know if I like this movie so much, but I like him.
I mean, it's a little early, but I think Tom Hardy was the only thing that made the Venom movie watchable. But
I agree.
Yep.
That's for next week's conversation. So yeah, that's it, guys. Until then, thanks everybody for hanging out with us on Harmless Phosphorescence. This has been your host, Throw Smiley, and let's get out of here before the Popo comes back.
Who are you, and why do you know so much about car wash protocol? I'm Josh Cece.
I'm Brian Lesh, and let's land this fish.
I'm Alaric Weber, and I may have entangled your mom. I'm gonna go wash my undercarriage.
Undercarriage. You feel the heat coming up?
She's extra salty.
I was sad no one used World's Greatest Grandma. I was thinking about that one.
That's true.
That was on
It's on my list.
on my short list. Yeah.
I wanted to use the 60s were fun, but now I'm paying for it.
Oh, God.
Stanley's.
So, all right, we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.